Hello everybody, it's me, the Volbot. It's time for another stream. Yay! Okay, hi. I just want to make sure the audio is recording properly. Let's turn on the music playlist for music playlist reasons, and if it's working, then it's working, and then we can continue. Why do I hear things twice? I think I hear things twice. Hold on a second. 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 I think I'm tripping. Hold on. Just want to make sure I'm not doing stuff. No, okay. I think I'm okay. So everything seems to be good at a glance. So I'll trust the ride. Ari's not going to be here today because various reasons. But yeah, long story short is today I'm going to be trying to finish the Dorito triangle. Ari might join in a bit. We'll have to see how that goes, and we're just going to kind of vibe from here. So, yeah, I'm just going to carry on with where I was going. We got this whole C++ Vulkan Grubbly going on, so we'll just kind of carry on from here. Let's see, does that text size look okay for all of you? Yeah, that looks okay. I mean, it's not amazing, but, like, let's be real, if you're reading the code, you're probably going to full screen it, and if you full screen, then it looks okay enough. So, yeah, let's go for it. Once again, let me actually change the filtering for the preview, because right now I think it's set to a bad type of filtering, so let me try just disable that. This should help a bit, so let me see how that looks now. That looks a little bit worse, actually. Maybe my stream's at a bad quality? No? It's at the quality? Alright, I mean, I don't know. If anybody has any issues, just let me know, and I'll happily adjust, but you get the idea. Yeah, I think that's about that. So let me turn the stream quality down, because I don't really need to be streaming in that high of a quality for my end. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So yeah, so this is the part 2 of the Vulkan stream. I'm hoping that I should be able to do the Dorito triangle today. So we basically have to get to the end of this, but as far as I can tell, this is basically 4 pages of reading and a bunch of code, so if I can do 1 page an hour, that should be pretty fucking okay, and then we should be vibing and grooving and having a good time, so let's do that. Side thing is I don't know why this keeps happening, but, like, I hate it when, like, applications try to be smart with how they, like, you know, like, interface, and it's just like, oh, we're gonna, like, let me get so they rescale together. It's like, no, I don't want that, I've never wanted that, please let me be. Anyways, yeah, so here we are. So, let's see. So this is in regards to the VK triangle. So I think we're on the validation layers, because I believe we finished on the instancing. Because let's see where this ended up at. We're at void, clean the VK, destroy instance, null pointer. So let's just look for that. VK destroy. Is it a capital VK? VK destroy. No, I didn't actually have VK destroy. Okay. Maybe I'm typing destroy wrong. Destroy. Oh, no, VK destroy instance null pointer here. Okay, yeah. And we got that and then the terminate. So, yeah. You know what I'm actually gonna do real quickly is I'm gonna go up here. I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like cleaning up. And then we'll check for extension support, which will be the uint 32 underscore type. The only one that we have in the project as far as I can tell. So just frickin' uint underscore 32 dot type. And this is, what was this one again? Just like check for extensions. Let's see, check for extensions support. Support, there we are. And then yeah, I think the rest of this is kind of self-explanatory. I just want to mark those just so I have like a good idea of like what the destroy is. Let's see. So now we're on the validation layers. So let's see. What are validation layers? The Vulkan API. Oh, I should probably move my mic close to my face. Martina, you were here in the Ina stream. Hey, welcome to here. I will confess, this is probably going to be a much less thrilling stream. If you're unaware, Vulkan is a graphics API for programming stuff, so you might find it interesting, you might not. If you wanna, you know, take the bow. I totally get it. Just because, like, man, some of these are rough. But hey, thanks for swinging by again. How you doing? Everything going well for you? Everything vibing? I'll let you type that out while I finish this paragraph. The Vulkan API is designed around the idea of a minimal driver overhead, and one of the manifestations of that goal is that there's very limited error checking in the API by default. Even mistakes as simple as setting numerations to incorrect values or passing null values to required parameters are generally not explicitly handled and will simply result in crashes or undefined behavior. Because Vulkan requires you to be very explicit about everything you're doing, it's easy to make many small mistakes, like using a new GPU feature or forgetting to request it at a logical device creation time. However, that doesn't mean that these checks can't be added in the API. Vulkan introduces an elegant system known as validation layers. Validation layers are optional components that hook into Vulkan's function calls to apply additional operations. Common operations in validation layers are checking the values and parameters against the specification to detect misuse, tracking creation and destruction of objects to find resource leaks, checking thread safety by tracking the threads that calls the originate from, logging every call as its parameters to the standard output. Tracing Vulkan calls for profiling and replaying. Here's an example of what the implementation of a function diagnosis validation layer could look like. Good is a little tired working on some stuff. Animations, drawing. I mean, heck yeah. Animations and drawings are very cool. That is kind of why I'm working on this, because I have many big projects, and I don't like Godot. Unity is something that I don't trust anymore, and Unreal won't run on anything but Windows, and I really don't want to be tied to Windows. So, you know, it's a wonderful cluster of issues, right? So, right now, I'm running the Linux, the Linux. So, yeah, it's a fun vibe of being stubborn and going down your own annoying, stupid path, for me at least. So, yeah, it's all fun. What you animating / drawing? Something like a fan animation, a meme. What you got going on? What you got cooking? And then while you do that, I'm gonna implement this. So, VK result. Okay, I'm gonna see if this already exists. So we're gonna do VK result. VK create instance. Okay, nope. Okay, so that's cool. So we got a void create instance, but we don't have the VK create instance. So there's this VK result here. This to me seems like I would add this like right here. Oh, what was the challenge? Try to create a function that checks if all the extensions returned by glfw required instance expressions are included in the supported existing list. Not doing that right now. I'll do that later. I'll add this as a to do. Hey, look at that! Even the to do gets marked out as exceptional. Hell yeah. Vocaloid / Altaloid, I think is how you say that, fan animation into art challenges. I mean, hey, keep yourself busy. That's always something to be like commended. I have definitely played with animation before, so like 2D animation. So like, if you're doing 2D animation, then I definitely feel the pain, and I can definitely respect it. So I mean, hey, I hope that all goes well, because it's a pain. Oh, it's a pain. Like, generally the pain's worth the output, but it's a pain. So that's all very fun. Let's see. VK it should be lowercase. Result. VK create. Oh my gosh, it is CK. Why did I do a CK? That's so stupid of me. VK create instance. And then you need to be that. I don't know why you're appearing as yellow. How do I turn off the computer? Well, you see, what you need is a pair of scissors first. Probably not the best idea to do that. Probably don't do what I was just joking about. You see, what you do is you write a really bad program that just crashes your entire system. Yeah, that'd be very stupid. That'd be very stupid and silly. Let's see. So cost. VK instance create info asterisk P create info. I'm gonna make this just a tiny bit smaller. Whoops. There we are. Huzzah! Thanks, dude. Yep. 2D animation. 2D animation. Drawing or editing each frame. Yeah. I've done that before in both Clip Studio Paint, Krita, and also kind of Blender because I played around with that for 5 minutes and. It's kind of that whole joke of animators need to be paid more for this and respected for this. It's like that is something that is very true because like. Oh man, it's like I would arguably say that animation is like one of the more tedious things you could be doing, depending on like how you're doing it, right? So there's many like instances where like you how do I put this? You were like struggling to like find like the like specific not wording, but what am I thinking of? You're trying to like God, I'm absolutely goofing with words because I'm trying to like edit text at the same time, which is making my brain go mush. But yeah, no. Long story short, 2D animation hard. Ed's World inspired me to make an animation that is simple and easy to animate. I mean, hey, heck yeah. How'd that go? How much of a trial and tribulation was that for you? VK allocation callback not found. Callbacks. Whoops. I gotta fix that. I'm gonna make you a little bit bigger for sure. Whoa, I do not want to do that. Thank you though. There we are. Function definition is law. Okay, so I will just move you up then. It's been a minute since I played with. Whoops, didn't want to do that either. It's been a minute since I played with C++, so I don't remember every little rule and stuff. Void function doesn't return a value. Let's see. We'll return that after. It took a day for all 15 seconds of footage. That is fair, and that is good progress for what it is, because I've definitely done some animations where I have been struggling for, like, ages, and it's like, yep, that's 40 frames. Let's go. Absolute pain in the ass. Absolute frickin' goofer garbage. P create info, which is equal to a null. Sorry, if p create info is equal to a null pointer, or instance is equal to a null pointer, then what I want to do is I want to do some of that magically garbly gookity doo, which is going to be log. Is it just a log function? I guess it's the log function. News to me. Let's see. Null pointer pass to required param. Whoops, that needs to be corrected very quickly with a semicolon. No, I didn't mean long. I don't know why I said log. I'll just do like cout, and then I'll do that, and then I'll just do quick end line. Oh, side little fun thing is oh sorry, let me acknowledge chat first because I'm being an asshole. Animation is like a blessing and a curse for me. Passion/dream, but tiring and hard. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that is like most careers, right? Like I have personally yet to witness a career that isn't tiring at some point. The way that I see it is like, like the main thing for a career from my point of view should be that like the tiring parts are like suck, but the motivation to do whatever you're doing should be enough to get you like to do it, right? Like, the personal benefit should be outweighing the cost, at least that's how I see it. And then let's see, you haven't gone back to it / forgotten everything. That's completely reasonable. Pretty much everything I do is just explore, execute, forget. Honestly, kind of same. I do that a lot. There's some asterisks to that, but like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of like not that. And that's very fun for me. I could also just do printf. I'm just gonna do printf. I did printf's just way easier. Printf. Printf just because it's built in. But yeah, where am I going from here? Side thing, Pori, is I have do dash rm dash r. Do rm dash r backslash rf. I'm going to assume you intentionally gurgled that command for like people watching this. Honestly, I wouldn't even be that upset to doing it on this system because like I literally just installed it. So like honestly, it wouldn't be a huge deal. But the thing is, I do want to get through the tutorial first. Because oh boy, Vulkan. What was I gonna say? So okay, let's see. Oh, what was I gonna say? I'm chipping through that album in the background right now. I'm listening to different audio than what like the stream is listening to you guys, right? And I'm chipping through the album, and I forgot to mention this in the server, so I apologize. But I've actually never like listened to, or sorry, I've actually never consumed any first party Digimon media. Like I'm hella down with Renamon for reasons you can imagine, but like I've actually like never really interacted with like Digimon like at all, which is a very weird thing to think about. Renamon, yeah, we all know why. Cause she's cute and fluffy and adorable. Let's see. What's the issue here? I didn't do the underscore. I don't think. There we are. No? What did I mess up here? You briefing on Digimon when Sword and Shield came out because I was so burnt by Game Freak and the series declining so hard. I got really into Digimon Cyber Sleuth. That is very fair. Give me 2 seconds to like frickin' peek through this little function here because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it. But then once I figure out what's wrong with it, then I'll respond to that because I have many a word to say about it. Okay, what is this one for? Okay, now it's for the class. Okay. So the class is working. VK create instance. Sorry, I'm just caught in the middle of this, right? So it's like if I don't like, you know, if I don't like, you know, get through this, then I'm gonna like, you know, trip hard. So these validation layers can be freely stuck and for debugging functionality that you're interested in. You can simply enable validation layers for debugging builds and completely disable them for release builds, which gives you the best of both worlds. Neat. But why is it? I don't want to be in balanced power mode. Where did I set that? I want to be in like melt my computer mode. Hold on, what? Where's my murder computer mode? Power management, frickin' performance. Yeah, get that heckin' short out of there. Okay, now I'll briefly take like 20 seconds because I'll jump to this in a second. Is NAS. So when it comes to when it comes to Pokemon, the biggest thing that has bothered me about Pokemon consistently is that they have aggressively not listened to fans and have cashed out, right? Like I hate being this person because like every time like Pokemon is brought up, I like roll my eyes and I think of like how many times I've been like frustrated and burnt as them, right? Because like as an example, as a kid, a wee little kidlet, you know, they were doing Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, right? You know, they did these 3 games right here, right? And so I remember playing one of them, being hella into it, right? Playing another, being a little into it, but also feeling incredibly burned because I thought I got scammed or something because the games were exactly the same. And as a kid, let's be real, you don't realize that these are 2 different versions, right? And then like with like Platinum, that came out after like a year after or something, right? And then it was still like the same game, but like the ending of the game was changed. And I remember being a kid who was like so upset about that because it's like, listen, I'm not trying to be like a little shit, right? But like, what the hell? like that was kind of already like a bit of a burn, but I still enjoyed the games, right? But then it sucked because past that, it's like I was like sitting there and I'm just like, dude, like the Pokemon series to be like a pain, right? Is like kind of a solved problem, right? So like you don't really need to go deeper or further. Like, why are you doing that? It's such a pain. Oh, you gotta go now? If it's a little too early, have fun and good luck with what you're doing. Thank you, I will try. It's gonna be an absolute pain, but here's the hoping. Let's see, completely unrelated to VTubers art style. Sorry, your VTubers art style kind of reminds me of a kid show I watched, Bluey. It's meant to be a compliment, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, I made it myself, and it's an absolute pain in the ass, but thank you. And also thank you, Kayla, for saying the same thing. And then let's see, now we're responding to Porygon because I am jumping topics like mad here. I remember once I tried to explain to a friend that was not a Pokemon fan who wanted to get into Pokemon, but not to buy Sword Dash Shield, and they were adamant about still getting it. Yeah, that's like what sucks, right? Is like, you know, it's kind of one of those things where like you're sitting here and it's like, in my day it was better, and it's just like, I get that, but at the same time it's like if you just want to cash out, but like at least make a serviceable product, right? Because like at this point it feels like a freaking scam. Like, oh my gosh. Nintendo is adamant about buying it, buying into it because Ningurundo. I don't get that reference, but neat. Remember you've heard it be called Club. Yes, I am so sorry. I don't know. Okay, so every time I read your name, Club, what ends up happening is my brain automatically inserts the A. So I read the nickname and I'm like, oh, Caleb, and it's like, shit. Sorry, no, I am never doing it intentionally. Please don't think I am. But yes, terribly sorry about that. But yeah, like, have you heard about the frickin' the upgrade pass for the Switch 2? Have you heard about that at all, Pori? Because, oh, that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing. Oh, it is. Oh, it's frustrating. Anyways, I guess rolling forward. So let's see. So we did all this. VK create instance. I think I made this a lowercase. Yeah, I don't know what the real is supposed to signify. You've graded the surface, but personally I've not looked at the Switch 2 info. I already decided the Switch 2 is not for me. Yeah, you're never getting a Switch no matter what. I don't effing need it. That's completely reasonable. Let me very, very quickly explain to you one thing about the Switch 2 that has burned me so bad, right? And honestly, I was kind of on the fence. Like, yeah, you know, I might get one kind of, you know, like on like a Christmas sale or something, right? Your Game Boy and PSP are enough. Honestly, those are fucking golden. Please tell me you've played MotorStorm Arctic Edge. Please tell me you've played that. Please tell me you've played it. Don't get me wrong, there's many other great games, but like, come on, MotorStorm Arctic Edge, come on. Anyways, let's see. You've never heard of it? Oh, it is a game that has some banging soundtracks. Anyways, so what happens is that, so Nintendo Switch talked about this like during one of their things, but so okay, so per Switch game, from what I've heard, the Switch 2 is like not backwards compatible with the Switch 1 for whatever reason, right? So what's really annoying about the Switch 2 is that despite being named 2, it's just not backwards compatible. And so what Nintendo is doing, from what I have been informed, this could be incorrect, so asterisk here, but this is what I have heard, is that to play a Switch 1 game on the Switch 2, because like the game can't run natively because of the card and whatever, you need to buy a $20 upgrade pass like per game to play a Switch game on like the Switch 2. So that means, let's say you have like 8 games for the Switch 1, that means that you're paying $160 to port your library from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2. That's without any new games, plus the increased price. Like, what the hell? God, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyways, I guess going on with the Vulkan stuff is, these validation layers can be freely stacked to include all the debugging functionality that you're interested in. You can simply enable these validation layers for debugging builds and completely disable them for release builds, which gives you the best of both worlds. Yay! Let's see, Vulkan does not come with any validation layers built in, but the LunarG Vulkan SDK provides a nice set of layers that check for common errors. They're also completely open source. Yay! So you can check what kind of mistakes they check for and contribute. Using the validation layers is the best way to avoid your application breaking many different drivers by accidentally relying on undefined behavior. Fair enough. I will read the comments in just a second. I want to finish the paragraphs down to like here, basically. So just like these two little chunks, and I'll get back to chat. All right, I want to make some forward progress. Let's see. Validation layers can only be used if they have been installed into the system. For example, the Ludo G validation layers are only available on PCs with the Vulkan SDK installed. There are formally two different types of validation layers in Vulkan, instance and driver and device specific. The idea is that instant layers only would check calls related to the global Vulkan objects, such like instances. The device-specific layers would only check calls related to a specific GPU. Device-specific layers have now been depreciated, which means that the instance validation layers applies to all Vulkan calls. The specification document still recommends that you enable validation layers at device level as well as for compatibility, which is required by some implementations. We'll simply specify on some layers as the instance at logical device level, which we'll see later on. Okay, back to chat for 20 seconds. Yay, we did the words. I can read, Mom. I passed the kindergarten. Okay, anyways, yeah, jumping back to the chat is your modded DSIs all you need. Honestly, modded DSIs are freaking banging. Oh god, really, yeah, good thing I'm not getting the Switch 2 F Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, like, this is what has started to consistently upset me with companies, is like, yeah, companies have the legal rights to do this, right? But the issue is that, like, I feel like right now companies have been too, like, consumed by the greed, right? So, like, let me pop up in Krita for 20 seconds because I want to kind of, like, go into this, right? So, for those of you who aren't, like, super aware of, like, marketing stuff, so generally speaking, with like marketing, you have like what's referred to as like the funnel, right? So you have you have your like Halo tier, or sorry, you have your entry tier like this, right? These are generally your loss leaders where you take a loss, but not too much of a loss, right? So as an example, with GPUs, are all of you familiar with GPUs or no? Because I can use something else, but I want to use GPUs as an example because I think it's the most transparently obvious. Let's see, isn't Vulkan a graphics? Yes, I will get into that in just a second. I'll explain that. Back in my day, we didn't need modded DSIs. We had modded 3DSs. The joy before Nintendo absolutely nuked them. Anyways, I'll actually use Nintendo as an example here, like gaming in general, right? So with most consoles, the idea is, right, is that you have your top of funnel here, which, you know, this would be like the console, right? So the idea is that like the console is sold at like, let's say like $100 loss, right? So for every console, you know, the company is down $100, right? But then as another example, you sell something like the physical media, like the cartridges or whatever, like, you know, the Switch has the various other things, like, you get the idea, right? So, what you would do then is on the next layer down, what you would end up doing is you would end up transitioning from the console to buying games for the console, right? And the games for somebody like Nintendo, you know, each one of those would be a net profit of, like, let's just say right now, so let's just use $50 as an example because I'll just make math easy, right? So, you know, let's say people are buying games at $50 each, right? That means that, you know, it takes 2 games to break even with your initial costs, right? And then, 3 game, 4 game, 5 game, 6 game, those are all just raking in profits, right? And then going further down, this is where you then want to transition to even cheaper stuff. So this is where you would have like merch, right? And then, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, well, isn't merch cheap? It should be a top of funnel thing, shouldn't it be, right? Well, no, because the thing is that with merch, almost everything is like 50% margin or greater, right? So when you're talking about merchandise, like you know, you might look at a $20 t-shirt and be like, well, I'm buying a game for $60. It's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, games sell good, but the console's a loss, right? Whereas a shirt for somebody like Nintendo is generally just a pure, you know, $10 profit, right? And then not just that, but they'll buy a lot of it, and that's for the cheap stuff, right? That's not including the more expensive stuff like, you know, figurines or Lego sets or anything like that, where there's a lot more, you know, price around it, right? And then the very bottom is you have like basically the super fans, right? So I'll just put like SF here, where like the super fans are like the people who will buy like multiple consoles. They'll have like the refresh of like every version, right? And then these people, like, yeah, they're more expensive, but these are the people who are going to buy
as much things as possible, right? Like, these are the people who it's like, yep, new Nintendo game coming out, I'll buy it, don't care, right? And then these people basically just, recirculate through the funnel constantly if they make it to the bottom of the funnel, right? Not always, but sometimes. A similar example is when you have something like, I'm trying to think of the name of it right now, you have something like GPUs, right? So if somebody's getting into gaming, you'll start out with like a Dell system, right? Like this is like the PC gaming funnel, right? You start off with like a Dell or something like that, right? Then you generally get like, like a gamer laptop, right? And then you transition to, like the like FU desktop, right? Which is, the whole like, $4,000 machine with the RGB and the big fancy graphics card and that stuff, right? That's the funnel. And like with everything costing so much, you're just destroying that funnel. But anyways, that's a whole long-winded rant. And that's like why I'm like so upset at Nintendo right now, is because Nintendo, what they've effectively done is they've effectively killed the loss leader segment, right? They, like, with that and like the whole like, neutering like how like the Switch Welcome Tour is like not free. Again, I understand they're not required to make something free or whatever, but like, it's just the thing, right? It's just like, okay, cool, that's a pain in the ass. It's just an absolute pain in the ass. So it's just like, I don't see what Nintendo's long-term strategy is right now, because all they're doing is building absolute like bad faith towards like the entire community, right? You made your PC in 2018 with mid-range parts and I haven't updated since. Yeah, exactly. Because like, guess what? Up until about 2020, the PC market was competitive, and then you have COVID and AI that happened since 2020. So since those two things happened, guess what? The entire market has now got effed, right? Because, with COVID, there was the scarcity, and then now with AI, everybody's just cranking the prices, and it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, like, they're entitled to do so, but I'm legitimately worried about PC gaming long term, because I don't see anybody who's going to be able to afford it, especially with how developers are, like, optimizing their games for like a 70s card, right? It's so insane. You also play PC games from 2004, so you have no need to update. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fair as well. But like, I definitely know there's a lot of people who feel that way too, but would upgrade anyways, right? Like there is reasons to upgrade. There's reasons you might want to, but the entire thing is that if you're charging the market more than they can, bear, then you're just screwed, right? And then as for the Vulkan question, I'll jump on that for 2 seconds, because basically that's a TLDR thing. Only reason you'd upgrade is for hard disk space. Hey, that's totally reasonable. There's definitely people who wouldn't do that, right? But that also makes sense as well, right? And then yeah, just to quickly answer the Vulkan layer, or sorry, the Vulkan question. So if you imagine like your hardware, right? So I'll just do a cute little chip here, right? So if you just imagine like all your hardware and stuff, there's a cute little chip for you, right? And then like up here you have like your programming language, right? There's various programming languages that can like be abstracted on like various levels, right? So if you ever heard of like JavaScript is like very high level and it's very abstracted, right? It's relatively simple, it's quick, it's easy, it works, it's actually nice for a lot of things, but it's a scripting language, it's not a programming language, right? And then, then there's a bunch of languages that kind of float around this area, right? And then I'm not going to go to every single one, but then the lower level languages, you have something like C, right? So what Vulkan is, and then you have the lowest level, which would be like your assembly, and then you also have what NVIDIA has as its kind of cheapest one would be like CUDA, right? So those are basically as low as you can go in like the CPU world and then the GPU world, right? So Vulkan kind of sits like a layer above, where like it's not super hyper low level, but it's low level enough, right? So at this point, you're basically, kind of just like, yeah, I'm doing this so I can do stuff like game development and various other projects that I wish to develop. So yeah, that's basically why I'm learning Vulkan. You understood assembly before you understood C. I mean, hey, that's probably very beneficial to you. Do you do much programming at all, or are you mostly just kind of just taking a 1,000-foot view at it? And I guess, hey, while I'm waiting for the response, I'll start reading a little bit more of this. Let's see. So using validation layers. In this section, we'll see how to enable standard diagnostics layers provided by the Vulkan SDK, just like extensions. Validation layers need to be enabled by specifying their name. All of the useful standard validation is bundled into a layer included in the SDK, known as VK underscore layer underscore Chronos underscore validation. The first two configuration variables in the program specify the layers to enable and whether to run them or not, whether to enable them or not. I've chosen to base that value on whether the program is being compiled and debugged or not. The ndebug macro is part of the C++ standard and means not debug. Fair enough. And then that code, which I will implement in just a second. Let's see. You got yelled at by a programmer nerds for making that claim. Well, I mean, I don't know why. Everybody needs to take their own journey, and I think frickin' holding, to some stupid standard like that is just absolutely silly. Like, I don't know. Like call me crazy, but like, I just think it's one of those things where it's like, if people are getting mad about stuff like that, then it's like, okay, that's silly. Let's see. Assembly just moving numbers around to already defined hardware locations. It was intuitive to me. Yeah, I mean, it can be. Like, as an example, though, like, I can see that being frustrating because a lot of people are like, okay, well, now I have to keep track of my logic plus the hardware. Like, oh my gosh. Whereas, like, I can see other people being less frustrated by it. Can I code? Yeah. So, like, I'm not the most amazing coder, but, like, if you go to, like, volbyte.com, the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are all made by me. So if you go to, like, code stuff as an example, you go to, like, algorithms tester as an example, you can see right here, I can generate a list of, like, 100,000 items, right? I can generate the list. You'll see in just a second. Bam. So here's the list. It's color-coded. And then you can see that took 1 second and then 698 milliseconds to generate. And then here you can preview like the list of items. It's like separated by like pages, right? So you can see here like the pages, right? Just to make sure it's actually random, right? And then after that, you can do what do you call it? You can do like a sorting algorithm. So I only have bubble sort right now. This is mostly just a test, right? But I can do click to sort, and then if we wait a second, I think it takes around 3 seconds because it's JavaScript and a bunch of other stuff like that. But I believe this will run and then work and then function and then whatever. Actually, I think this one takes about 10 seconds because JavaScript is fun. You have Google, thus I can program. That's totally fair. Yeah, there you go. And now you can see that the list is sorted, and you can see the gradient from the colors that I assigned to it. Because basically the way that it would work is that based on the value from 0 to 1 would influence how much red there is in the mix, right? So that's what this gradient is showing you. So yeah, there you go. You want to make a custom goal tape for Super Mario World that flipped the special world clear flag, but every time it was the world clear flag bit every time it was it. The idea was to create a day-night system. I could see that. That also sounds like a giant pain in the ass. So, I mean, hey, we'll have to see how that goes, I guess. But hey. Very fun. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, every time it was hit. Yeah. I was like sitting there. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna assume that I'm missing something. So cool, awesome, great. And then what did I use to make my website? Just vanilla HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. There's nothing fancy going on here. All these links are just JavaScript and everything else, right? This account section is dead. This is not a thing that's working yet. TLDR, I'm gonna make a Patreon alternative at some point. I'm actually working on that right now, but you get the idea. You can see, like, as an example, we go here. This is one of my favorite ones. If you go to RNG list, you can do something like you could then submit an item, right? And if we create a couple of these, I might not want to submit multiple because reasons. But if we go like A, B, C, D, you can see here that like now I have a couple items here, right? And then if I do spin the wheel, you'll see it kind of does like I forget what the game show is called, but you can see it does like the random like selection thing, right? And then it shows you a pop-up of like which one you got. So there you go. That's kind of how that's like an example of like the code stuff that I play around with. Just because like most of it for like me is like oh, I'm gonna like add this thing and like just play with it because like I generally need something for it and you know have fun with it and whatever, right? So that's kind of the idea. That's just kind of my vibe, right? Let's see. Let's see. Program Pong in C and update, or sorry, and then uploaded to an Arduino. 3D printed my own case and controller parts. And made a Pong console. You sound debatably more advanced than me when it comes to coding, but hey, there we go. Cool. How do you learn to code? The best thing that I learned on was basically go to. So everybody might have different opinions on this. I found Solo Learn right here was a very good place to get started. It's like a Duolingo type thing. I would basically recommend you take, if you look at courses, I would recommend taking the, like the Introduction to C, HTML, and JavaScript, as well as CSS, which is in here somewhere. And then if you basically do those three, just go and start making like websites and stuff, and like you'll just learn. Because that's what I've been doing, and it's been all right. It's not been amazing. I've been kind of taking my own journey and doing other weird things, but that's how it's going. That's how we're vibing. So yeah, there you go. Where are we going from here? So we're using validation layers. So now I need to add all of this. So what I want to do real quickly here was let's expand you out. Let's make you chunk. There we are. So what I want to do is, I need to look for where the height is. Because the height is going to be what's important to me. And I want to know where that was inserted, because I did mine in technically a different way. And if I do it a different way, then that's going to be bad. Base code. Let's do just oh no, here's the height. So height was supposed to be defined under glfw create window. Create, or is it capital create window? It is a capital C. Create window. There we are. So, yeah, so the height thing was supposed to be here. So I'm just going to put a little landmark here saying, height was supposed to be here. Sorry, I'm going to do height plus width. Height plus, width. Width, there we are, and then from there I'm going to then go back to the other thing and then reference from there. Did I close the tab probably? I did, okay. They're so similar, I couldn't tell. Well, I looked at someone else's video generation code. Pong is just velocity and collision detection. Lol, that's fair. I mean, I still haven't done any collision detection myself, so still better than me. The best thing I've done is basically like, you know, like what do you call it, like XY, like is it within these bounds, like a bounding box thing. That's all I've done, so doing better than me. BRB, showering, laundry, and putting away. That is completely valid. You have fun with the putting of away. Oh hey, look at that. I finished your album, Polly. If you're here, then there you go. If not, then or sorry, I finished the first album, I should say. And hey, if you don't hear it, then I'll bring it up when you come back. I'll bring it up when you return. Give me 2 seconds to drag the other one up, because I do actually mean what I say when I say it. Where's the other one? There's that one, and then there we are. Here is the other one being brought up. Let's go. Ooh, big old 30 banger playlist. Let's go. There we go. Okay. The next playlist of recommended music has been slamming. How far you gone so far? You see, reached the point of physical device selection? I think so. Yeah, so I mean, you can kind of see here where I'm at, right, with the whole, like, drawing the triangle thing, right? Like, I'm on page 1 of 4. So you left about, I believe, around base code or instance, one of these two. So now I'm on here about halfway down, because I think most of this is adds past the point. Oh, this one's pretty beefy. Oh, this one's got some chunk. Ooh, that one's got some chunk. Anyways, carrying on so I'm here. Main TLDR is like I'm basically like at the point where like I've done something slightly different. So what I did was I put the height and width as just like a defined word at the top of the page, just because like I just prefer the ergonomics of it personally. So bite me. And so right now I've just I just basically had to figure out where this bit of text was, because they use that as reference. So I figured out that was supposed to be here, and then now I'm transitioning to like everything else here. So that's pretty much where I'm at. The sort of main cool things and main frustrations is that the main frustration for me is a lot of the names feel very arbitrary. So it feels like there's just going to be a lot of like memorization I'm going to have to do, right? Like just like, oh, learn this, do this, figure out this, because why not, right? So that's a little bit frustrating, but I mean, like, I'll get through it, right? Like, I'm not upset by it. It's just, it's just a thing, right? And then, like, nothing else here really is like that, intense, right? It's just, you get the idea. The reason why I wanted to try run with VK config is so you can skip all the Vulkan validation enabling through code and have it enabled through the configurator instead. That's totally fair. Doing so allows you to skip that whole section. That is also fair. I'll open a new tab real quickly. I remember there being GUI. vkconfig.gui, yeah. So I remember you setting all of this, and that's a very neat trick, or telling me about all that. Me trying to understand for loops when no one explained I is just widely used for a letter for arbitrary value. Yeah, there's a lot of things like that bother me. Like anytime I see like a abbreviation for something and I don't know what the abbreviation means, like contextually, I just get so confused. Because until I understand what the abbreviation means, I'm just lost. I'm just so gone. But no, that's very fair. So if that's the case, so Ari, would you recommend then that I do actually skip this section and then just move on to the other part if you're still here? Or would you recommend that I still do this anyways? Because I mean, like, this is the stream for tonight, right? Like, I'm not planning to do much else. So would you recommend that I still do this anyways, or do you think it'd be better if I like tried to like jump to this later? You just keep it up. And you will, the little task icon on the lower right will, of the desktop taskbar to change the settings when the configurator overrides the application. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. What about the actual part here with the validation layers? Would you recommend I still go through it, or would you recommend I kind of just jump over it now? Keep using Vulkan configurator. It's pretty much the standard. Okay, so I'm assuming you refer to the GUI when you say that. So pretty much just skip all this crap then, right? Just for like crystal clarity, just to make sure I'm not tripping nuts. Hanging out for a second just because I want to be extra sure. Yep. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Just want to be crystal clear on that. Okay. Yeah. I will do that then. I will comment out the one thing that I did earlier, which they were nudging me towards, which was this function down here, which is being unhappy. Let's see. So let's do this real quickly. So this is going to be the let's see, validation layers skipped. So we got that, and then now I'll be going back to here, and then I guess I'll jump to the next layer and go from there. Let's just drag you into here just so I don't lose that, so I don't forget my thing. Actually, I'm just going to copy the URL and just paste it in there because that just is easier. We'll copy, we will go into here, we'll go into here. I'll just do a new layer. I'll do frickin' boink, save it, huzzah. Oh wait, now I can get rid of that, which will make my life just nicer. And then now we're going to physical device section, huzzah! Okay, let's see. See, your problem is you're trying to program on Windows. Setting the variables up on Windows demands creating a Windows alone, which is the entire project itself, which is like the entire project itself. You see, I'm actually not. I'm on Linux. If I go over to here, I go into a new tab and I do neo fetch. You can see that we're Volbyte at Volmanjaro. OS Manjaro Linux x86_64. And a bunch of other things. Oh wait, where does it say the Arch, by the way? Where does it say the Arch, by the way? It does not say Arch. I mean, I got Pac-Man. Yeah, see that? Pac-Man, by the way. Yeah, no. To basically TLDR Pori is long story short is I'm generally platform agnostic, right? You don't understand Linux is too hard? I don't think it's too hard. I just think you had a bad introduction to it. the like TLDR is that basically every time you click on like an application down here, you're basically just running a command here, right? So like if I just type in like Firefox, right? Firefox, and I hit enter, there's Firefox, right? It's the same thing as like binding like arguments and stuff, right? So the one sort of exception to that is that you can pass arguments, right? So have you ever played with like a Steam configurator where you'll do like, you know, like screen size or whatever it is, like, you know, -W 1920 -H 1080s, things like that, right? That's basically you have not. Okay, well it is a thing. Most of the time you don't need to do it, but it can be a thing. So like as an example, what I can do here is I can do so. If I do ls-a, ls just means list. It's an abbreviation for list, and then -a is for all, which means include hidden files, program files, things like that, right? It isn't recursive, so it won't show like subdirectories, but you get the idea, right? Another thing I can do is I can do like grep-r, and then I can type just whatever I want to search for. So for instance, let's say I want, let's say I'm in like this big directory, right? With like many folders and stuff, right? What I could do is I could type in just main, and then I can search for main dot whatever, right? So for instance, if I do grep-r here and I just type main, and I do enter, you'll see that, you know, it shows the file here. It shows, you know, make file vulkan test main.c++. So this is actually searching in the file as well. So that's a little bit of an asterisk. You want to use find, but there you go. Directory /p. I don't know what the /p does. I also don't know what the dir is supposed to be for either. So that's awesome. But like, you know, if you want to make a directory, it's just literally just like mkdir and then just the name of the directory, right? You want to use a .. but that's all it is. I mean, realistically, you don't need to mess with 90% of this. This is just the hard part of Linux right there, right? Most of Linux, you can just go in a GUI like this. You can do right-click, create, and then folder, and then, you know, my_awesome folder. That was a typo, but whatever, you got the idea, right? I tried to do this in my unraid server, so that's a bit of an issue, but there you go. It's pretty much the equivalent command on Windows, fair enough. Me navigating using the command hacker mode, hell yeah. But yeah, like the entire TLDR with like Linux, this is my mentality at least, is it's not that Linux is hard, it's that you have years and years and years of ingrained Windows experience, right? And it's just about retraining your brain, right? Like it's like using like a different keyboard layout. It's like, yeah, for a lot of people it won't make a lot of sense, but like for most, like for those of us who want like a better experience, it's hella worth it. I guess I was missing a thing here. Awesome. Expected that after class. Cool. Some of this formatting is kind of wrong, so let's see if I can fix that. What's the format? Clang format file terminal. Because there should be something like that, right? Clang format. Okay, let's just download Clang format then. New tab. Pacman-sy clang-format. Sudo, because I forgot to run it as admin. Sudo. No target found. Clang format. Clang format. Is it included with Clang? Clang format. Clang format. I'm looking for like Pacman. Let's see. You have Lubuntu. I installed it on my Intel NUC because I figured having an extremely lightweight Linux install would remove overhead and give better performance for running dedicated game servers. Have you found that experience or not? Because I'm curious what your experience with that is. Not because I doubt it, more just because like I'm curious what your experience has been. The video output is bad and laggy. I'm guessing you haven't done too much. What I will say is that I found distros like Lubuntu and stuff have kind of been a bit of a pain, and if you're running game servers, you generally would want to instead run it just through like what's the thing I'm thinking of? You would generally just want to run it from the console like headless, right? So like as an example of that is like if you install Linux quote unquote headless, you'll basically just be presented with something similar to this, right? Like not exactly this, but very loosely like that, and like nothing else, right? And then, you know, you just have to start, like, you know, like running applications. Like, you'd have to use, like, htop, I think it is. And, like, this is how you can, like, manage your, like, applications in here. And, like, what's running, what's not. Like, what to nuke, what not to nuke. And, like, other things like that, right? And then, you know, you could use, and like, you know, like, just say, like, you want to, like, you know, programs, you know, there's that. So you'd have to do something like that to launch it with the various flags that you would want and whatever. Because I've honestly had a pretty okie dokie experience. Hey, look at that. Look at that. There's a bad function call right there. But yeah, that's from it has never occurred to me to run without KDE. Exactly. Also, one more side thing too that I'll point out is actually KDE is actually one of the chunkier things. If you go to Linux experiment desktop environment. Let's see this. Let's see. It was performance. I think performance. I'm just trying to make sure I have the right one. I think it was this one. Basically, this video. Yay! Tampax commercial. Now we're gonna ad for Huggies. I'm not a parent. I have my little baby man, but I don't have. I don't have a baby man. You know. Tampax Max Linux, yeah. Anyway, so the TLDR is this video basically is a very loose TLDR, right, of like performance and stuff like that, right? But you can see that they loosely go over performance of like RAM and stuff, right? So if you want like an actual like this is how much RAM each, you know, desktop operating system uses on like, you know, a 16 gig laptop, right? And I don't think these are ordered. Yeah, they're not ordered. But so I think for some reason they couldn't run one of them. But yeah, so like you can see actually KDE is actually one of the heavier Linux GUIs, right? So instead you would probably want to run like Budgie would probably be what I would nudge people towards, right? Which is still Windows-like, but it's a little bit more rigid and a little less, you know, fun and flexible and stuff like that, right? So, you know, just a food for thought, right? Yeah, there's a little wink, there's nudge. But yeah, so there's that. Like, I will say kind of the annoying thing about Linux right now more than anything is that there's not really a good, you know, unified experience. I would say for most people, unless you want to be a Linux nerd, I would probably say wait until like SteamOS is like properly released, right? Until SteamOS is actually properly and fully released, I would probably avoid getting into Linux unless you just find it fun, right? You want to do a project that runs on... Sorry, you want to do a project that runs on Windows Impossible. It is a pain in the ass, I know that much. I have heard it is a very rough time at... Well, time, so, hey. There's that. So let's see, so... setting a physical device. After initializing the Vulkan library through a VK instance, we'll look for and select a graphics card in the system that supports the features we need. In fact, we can select any number of graphics cards and use them simultaneously, but in this tutorial, we'll stick to the first graphics card that suits our needs. We'll add a function, pick physical device, and call it in the init Vulkan function. Okay. So let us go back to not this window, because you're not the window that wants. That Clang format didn't run. What I could do is I could probably do something like this, and I could go something like, yeah, I guess that works. Because that's going to reformat, I think, most of the tabs, or at least some of them. I think it does. Yeah, I don't know. I stuck with the initial code, and then I regret doing so a little bit. So we're going to init Vulkan. So we got the create instance with all the arguments passed. Oh my god, what happened to you? Okay, I see something got compressed there. That's cool. Something got scrunched. The idea is to periodically and lazily send text information via serial to an Arduino, and then that Arduino sends the text to an LCD. Fair enough. What would be the purpose of that, out of curiosity? Like I'm curious, like what your like end goal is for that, because I can see many different like architecture questions or answers being solved by that. You want to create? Oh well, you just told me, huh? You want to create a now playing 2.5 or sorry 5.25 drive bay device that will show currently playing media like a car stereo. I could dig it. I can respect it. That sounds like a lot of work though. I respect the fuck out of it. The thing that I would almost suggest considering more would be, would it debatably be easier just to use like an internal HDMI like USB header and convert that to like an HDMI DisplayPort signal, and then use that DisplayPort signal as like, or sorry, then use that 2.5 bay drive as like a little screen that you can output to. But that also would also be like imply like buying an actual panel that you'd buy somewhere else. I don't know. Many questions, many hard annoying questions. Let's see. So we're gonna go very quickly here. We're gonna go to setup debug messenger. Which will be here. I'm just gonna comment that out. I'm gonna say this was skipped. Okay, and then here we're gonna go pick physical device. And then we gotta create a function for it. So let's do frickin' void pick physical device. Okay, there we are. Let's see. The serial receiving, the LCD, the serial receiving and LCD interfacing with your Arduino is the easy part. I've honestly never done it, so I couldn't tell you. I'm imagining doing it like manually using like a matrix, which would be a pain in the ass. The hard part is writing and always running / updating lightweight serial comms program on Windows that reads the Windows API. Yeah, that can be a pain in the ass. I don't know anything about the API, but what my knee jerk is just send like a so like basically what I would do, this would be like my knee jerk approach, would be basically just like have basically like an HTTP server running, right? Or HTT, sorry, yeah, no, I spelled that wrong. Why did I spell that wrong? HTT, that's a very bad HTTP server running, right? And then basically what happens is that this just has some logic. So it's like, like if, greater than, X, underscore characters, right? Then, scroll, right? I'll say scroll because, easy, right? And then, else other logic, right? And then basically the idea is from Windows, you basically just, connect to like a local IP that's like here, right? So it's gonna be like the 127 dot whatever, right? And then basically you just send a request to here, then this just takes care of the logic for you, and then this just sends it to the display, right? Which would be something like that ratio, right? Which would be HELLOPE, hello. Ta-da! That's the way that I would structure it. Very, very over-engineered, but also very flexible. Let's see. The graphics card that we'll end up selecting will be stored in a VK physical device handle that is added to a new class member. This object will be implicitly destroyed when the VK instance is destroyed, so we won't need to do anything new to the cleanup function. So here we're going to do, I'm going to make you a tiny bit smaller. Let me make you a little less chungus. Less chungy. There we are. So, real quickly, what we're going to do, I'm guessing this is in the pick physical class. Pick physical device. I'm going to go here. I'm going to say, so, we're going to go VK physical device is going to be physical device that is equal to VK underscore null underscore handle. I'll read your message in just a second. I just want to get through this little chunk of code just so I keep some progress going, right? Listing the graphics card is very similar to listing the extensions and starts with creating just the first number. Okay, so let's see. So we're just going to go here. We're gonna go frickin' uint 32 underscore type is going to be device no, that was correct. Dyslexia kicking in. Device count count is going to be equal to 0. Then after that, I want to do vk enumerate physical devices. Whoops. And then we're going to do instance reference to the device count. Oh my god. Device count, and then null pointer, because that's the thing for OpenGL. Haha! Let's see, if there's 0 devices supported in Vulkan, then there's no point in going further, so that's fair enough. So, if I did the wrong brackets there, oopsies, device is equal to 0, then what I want to do is I want to then go into here, I want to then throw standard runtime underscore error. Let's see, fail to find GPU with Vulkan support. Oh, I missed the device. I was supposed to do device count. I'm stupid. If device count equals 0, then that. Yep. Okay, cool. Awesome. And then otherwise we can allocate memory. Okay, I'll read your message now because I don't want to go past here. So let's see. Another project I want to do is a lot simpler. Connect a landline phone to a cellular network. That could be really easy because I could easily just see, like, as an example, like just going to Facebook Marketplace, taking like the cheapest phone you can buy, taking like the earpiece, like you know, wires, like the 2 wires that'd be for the earpiece, right? Just sending that through an amplification circuit and then just landline, bam. Oh, I got a call, so 20 seconds, I apologize. Sorry, the people I live with being an asshole. So fun, so thrilling, so such a good time. I apologize. Let's see. Okay, so I read that one. I want to get a fixed wireless terminal, plug it into a cheap, no data, unlimited minutes SIM card, and then connect the landline for cheap, calling at like $8 a month just for the home. No, that's totally reasonable. I would honestly just do the phone thing, because to me that just sounds way easier. Just get, like, again, like, just the cheapest phone you can get, and then just basically what I'm imagining is just have it so that, like, the, like, LCD is, like, mounted to, like, the inside of, like, the like, device, right? So, like, if we just look at, like, a landline, oh, sorry, you know, I'll draw it, I'll use my amazing art skills, yeah, like, what I'm basically thinking is, like, if you imagine it like this way, where it's, like, here's, like, the phone, right? You know, then you have, like, the cord only needs to be, like, you know, a positive and negative, right? So you, like, you basically just take the LCD, you mount it to, like, the inside of the landline, like, right here, right? Then, like, this is, you know, like, the landline phone where, you know, it could show the time, right? And then, you know, then you just have, like, the rest of the box just, like, sitting there. And then that way, you know, like, all you basically do from there is just the earpiece, like, on the inside is, like, so the screen's here. You have, like, the ribbon cable going to, like, the body here, which is, like, perpetually plugged in. And then, you know, earpiece, you know, goes to, like, an amplification box and then just, you know, out to the frickin' landline. That's the way that I think of it. For this, I'd want a more elegant solution as opposed to a hacky one, mostly because the end goal is to have Garfield phone. I mean, technically, you could do this with a 3D printed Garfield phone. Not impossible. It's definitely something you could do, which is very fun and thrilling and fun. But hey, there you go. Let's see. Actually, I won't close this. We'll just hide that. I am a person who has embraced the jank probably too far. If you haven't noticed by the iPad mounted to the wall in the background by a nail. Yes, that's what that is behind the laptop. So, embrace the jank. Let's see. Where am I going from here? What am I doing? Where am I going? What's happening? You still have to be BRB because you haven't showered. Yeah, I was curious about that. Go have a shower. Go have a rubby scrubby. That sounds weird. Have a shower. Have a good time. Hey, it happened at 69 minutes though, so at least it syncs up with the funny number. Let's see. So here we are. So we found can find a DB with Vulkan support. Yep, I got that. Otherwise, we can now allocate the array to hold all of the Vulkan physical device handles. Okay, so we'll do right here, I think, is what it wants. So let's see here, we're going to do standard vector of type VK physical device. And then we're going to go devices, and then device count. Like so. And then from here we're going to go VK enumerate physical devices, instance, device count, devices.data, which is a function, and then we'll pass that out. And then I actually included a second comma, so we're gonna do 3f comma, boink, get you out of here. That's right, get lost, nerd. And then now we need to evaluate each one of them and check if they are suitable for the operations we want to perform, because not all the graphics cards are created equal. For instance, we'll have to introduce a new function. Okay, yes, we'll do that. So in this case, we're going to go over here. We're going to go bool is device suitable. I think I'm going to have to extend this out because C++ issues. Is device suitable with the thing of VK physical... where did everything go? Okay, that's weird. VK physical device. Device. And then we're returning true. VK phys ic al dev ice. I think it's just saying it can't be printed there, so we'll try to move that out, I guess. Oh, I see that got nuked. Okay, that's cool. Cool. Hopefully that works. I think that'll work. Whoa. Okay. No, no. Yeah, I think I want that. Okay. Whew. Whew. Pain in the ass. Okay. Let's see if they respond to me in a chill manner. I guess not. Okay. Anyways, carrying on. So, from here, unknown type VK physical device, you mean something physical device. I forget how you get the diagnostic. It's freaking, how do I get this again? Nvim, read, diagnostic. Let's see. So what I want to... I'm just trying to see how to read the full diagnostic area. Because I don't really care about that. How to show entire diagnostic message. Yeah, that's what I want. Let's just try that, I guess. So we'll do vim.diagnostic.open_float. Well, the cursor on the line with the diagnostic message will open the floating window with all the detailed things. So I think I have to go, what is it? It's like Lua, I guess I could just go up. Hold on, I want to go up. And I think I gotta maybe do like Lua first, and then that. Unknown physical device, did you mean... Okay, I'm gonna actually write that down, because that's actually gonna save me a lot of pain in the asses later. So that's actually something I've been having a pain point with on my personal Vim config, so that's gonna be very nice. So let's see, so we got that. So what I want to do here is, so it was, Lua, vim dot diagnostic dot open dot it's open underscore float float little parameters and a semicolon to end it because I'm extra like that, because that will save me so much fucking time. Oh, it will save me so much time. Ooh, in addition, I have the following key mask to LP attach on functions. That would be very nice. Okay, those would be very nice. I will have to try refer back to this thread later. Anyways, bye. Okay, so from here, so we got the return true, and we'll check if any physical, we'll check if any of the physical devices met requirements. We'll check if any of the physical devices meet the requirements that will add to the function. Okay, so we can get rid of that now, I guess. We can just quit out of here. So let's see, let's do this now. So we're at, is the device suitable? And then we'll say, so I'm guessing this is going to be in the 4. Bool device suitable, return true. I don't know where this is supposed to go. My guess is that this is supposed to go inside is device suitable. Or no, it's probably going to be pick physical device if I had to guess. So we'll go for const auto pointer that points to the address of the device. And I'm looking. Whoa, I don't know where you came from. That points to. I actually know what that is. The devices. I don't know what the hell that is supposed to be. Let's see. So we're gonna do an if statement. I should really make my own like NVim theme sometime because I could totally make a ball in one. Let's see. Is device suitable? Device. And then we're doing physical device. It's going to be equal to device. And then we're going to break if it is. And then if not, we're going to do other things. And then after that, we're going to do if. And here we're going to say if physical device is equal to vk underscore null underscore handle. And then here we're going to go. We're gonna throw an error, so it's gonna be throw standard runtime underscore error. Oops, I think. Yeah, okay, oops. That was a misclick. That was a misinput. And then here we're doing let's see, fail to find a oh my god, suitable GPU. Okay. That should all be good. You're saying you expect their expression? Expression? Welcome back, Club. How's it going? How you doing? I'm trying to be better about the thing. Let's see. So where are we at now? So, okay, let's go back to the Lua command, I guess. I'm actually on initialization for standard runtime error, claim diagnostic error, expected that after expression. Okay. That's odd. Throw standard runtime error. That's very odd. I don't know why you're tripping like that. That's a very oddity. Yeah, that's very odd. Oh, and what's the diagnostic with you? Sorry, what was the diagnostic with you? VK physical device. Yes, I meant the capital VK physical device. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I got a small brain. Anyways, yeah. Hey, Club. Welcome back. How's it going? How's things treating you? How are things grooving? I don't know frickin' where any of this goes. So I'm gonna go real quickly. I'm gonna go, we're doing the for loop. So, let's see, I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna go frickin', whoops, not like that. I'm gonna go like this, I'm gonna go 2, I'm gonna go yank paste, and I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna go V like this, I'm gonna do R with one of U, I'm gonna go to the matching parenthesis, I'm gonna say, I have no idea where this properly goes. Because I can see a lot of places that could potentially squeeze, so I don't know. That's awesome. Let's see. The next section will introduce the first requirements that we'll check for is the device suitable function, and we'll start running the VK features in later chapters. That will extend this function to include more checks. Okay, so what I want to do very quickly is I want to scroll down to here, and I want to peep the C++ code first, because I want to see where that for loop is tucked. Where is that for loop tucked? Where is it hiding? Where is it sneaking? Where is it grooving? Okay, so it's in pick physical device. Okay. So okay, that's where this is. Oh, cool. I put it like in the exact right place. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'm a Ginus. Woo. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm just genuinely happy that worked out. So I think I'm right around here. Yeah, I think that's where I was, right? So basic stability checks. I should just look for the for loop. For loop's right here. Okay, there we go. Got it. I'm awesome. Let's do this. Okay. The next section will introduce the first requirements that we'll look into the is device suitable function, and as soon as we start using more Vulkan features, in the later chapters we'll also extend this function to include more checks. Let's see, basic device stability checks to evaluate this, go away. To evaluate the suitability of a device, we start by querying for such details. Basic device properties like the name, type, support, or Vulkan version can be queried using VK get physical device properties. Whoopsies. Okay, I actually clicked something twice that I wasn't supposed to. Okay, so I'm guessing this is supposed to be in the pick physical device section. Is it? I don't know. This doesn't give me context of where to put this. Oh no, so it's supposed to be a new function. Is device suitable? Oh yeah, because we started making that one. Oh, that makes so much sense. Oh, that's smart. Okay, let's see. VK physical device properties. Device properties. Then we're gonna do VK get physical device properties. Whoa, I don't know why I put a space there. Let's fix that real quickly. Device, space, ampersand, device, properties. Whoops. Okay, so there's that. And then after that, for support for optional features like texture compression, 64-bit floats, and multi-view rendering, useful for VR, can be queried using get physical device features. Okay. So then that's going to be, so we got device properties. So is this supposed to be the same thing or a different thing? So it is two different things. Okay, I'm going to go like this. This is a slight variation, but I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to go properties, and I'm going to go, whoops, and I'm going to go here with features, cures, device properties. Oh yeah, so I'm going to go device features. Features. And let's go get that space. Features. And then physical device, this is properties. Let's do features. And then we'll also do device features. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay, so what from here? So now we're doing, we can do multiple return types in C++. That's shocking to me. Return the device properties dot device type is going to be equal to vk underscore physical underscore device underscore type underscore discrete GPU. Okay, discrete underscore GPU, I think is what it is. Yeah, and the other thing. Actually I'm gonna do it this way. I like the ampersand being after because you see it like initially, right? And device features dot geometry shader. Converting the let's just check what you are. Converting them to a Boolean. I think that's okay. That's just incorrect. The device type is equal to... Is that not a device I defined? I thought I found device properties. Oh no, that's device type. What? BVICE? That seems correct. Let's just see what the thing's yelling at me for then, I guess. Assign to VK physical device from incompatible type bool. I see. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, yeah. We're doing a check if that plus that. VK physical device type discrete. DISCRET. Yeah, GPU and that. That seems like it should be okay. You know what I'll do is I'll do this. I'll just do if this. Whoops. I'm gonna do if this. Let's see. We're gonna do just we're just gonna do a return true. Whoops. Holy crap. True, and then else. We'll just return false. Return false. Like that. I guess we'll go like that to kind of make it a little bit more readable. Okay, why is this unhappy? Why are you so unhappy? Who hurted you? Assigning to VK physical device. From incompatible type bool. That. Huh? Okay, that wasn't happy, so let's just do some of this, because I'm a freaking nerd. I want to go like this, and I want to go Control-Shift-Paste. Whoops, that's the wrong paste. Let's undo that, I guess. We'll make sure you're copied. Then we'll go freaking bam, paste it. Yeah, oh, okay, it was unhappy for a second, but it seemed to sort itself out, so I don't know. Let's go like this, and then we'll go like this, and then we'll go 2 over, bam. And then I just very quickly want to do this, just because it'll just make my life easier for reading and debugging. I want to go to the ampersands, jump down, like that, and then you can also have one of these. There we are. And then I want to go like that. Oh, so clean, so crisp, so wonderful, so wunderbar. Oh, it's so good. Let's see. Instead of just checking if the device is suitable or not and going with the first one, you could also give each device a score and pick the highest one. The way you could favor dedicated graphics cards by picking the highest score, but fall back to an integrated GPU if that's the only one available. You can implement something like as follows. Okay, this is going to be fun. So we're going to go up to here. We're going to pound sand and include include map. And then we're going to go back to pick physical device. So let's see. Use an ordered map to automatically sort candidates by increasing score. Okay, so we have everything else that's implying or telling me. So we're just gonna go hey. So then here, give each GPU a score and choose highest. That seems like the thing that we're trying to do right now. And here we're just going to do a check for GPUs. Oh, that's CPUs. GPUs. Let's see. Let me just make a small adjustment on my end of something I'm listening to. Huzzah. And then Rez apparently released a new single, so I want to check that out. Ooh. Sounds both good and generic, so I'm both excited yet concerned. Let's see what we got going, baby! Woo, baby! A triple! Okay, let's see. Now that I'm done with the shit posting, is so, let's see. Use an ordered map to automatically sort the candidate's score. Okay. So then here we're gonna go just like this, and then let's go tab in, and let's go use an ordered map to automatically sort candidates by increasing score. Yeah, score. That wrapped very weirdly, but cool, I'll take it, I guess. And then here we're gonna go standard multi-map, which is gonna take in an int, and then it's gonna pass VK physical device, and then return, or so that's the value candidates. Yep, that makes sense. And then we're just gonna say, hey, for we have that loop up there, don't we? Yeah, we do. So what if I just removed you instead, and I just said, hey, moving to below. Actually, I should do moving to below. Copying to below. Copying to below. We're like that. We're gonna yank all these. Instead, we're just gonna go blank. And then instead, we're gonna do for the devices. We're gonna say, hey, int score is equal to rate device suit ability. I felt like I said that wrong for some reason, so I was just absolutely tripping out. The device we're doing is going to be this. Device, VICE, suitability. Oh, that's just an undeclared function. Yeah, that's fine. So then down here we just go rate device suitability, because absolute stupidity here, hahaha. I'll do a return type of int, I'm guessing, is probably what we want. And then we'll just say, what is it again? It's like a VK device. Cannot. I guess I just maybe run auto on it, and then there you go. Auto. Auto's allowed for function portability. Const auto end device? Nope, okay. So what the hell does device get defined as? Whoopsie! Let's try that. Unknown type device. VK physical device. God damn, I was so close. VK physical device is a device. Cool. I don't care about those that stuff for now. So we're doing this. So we're basically gonna get the score, and then we're gonna do candidates dot insert, and then we're doing whoopsies. Did it again. Oopsie poopsies. Why did you just give me an error for closing? Close that program. I don't really see why that one's important. There, we're gonna do that, and then we're doing candidates.insert, and then we are inserting standard double dash make underscore pair score cost base device device. And then after we get that, we're done completing the loop. Then we're gonna go to a new line. Check if the best candidate is suitable at all. So let's see. Then we're gonna do if candidates dot r begin. Oh, we're doing some of this fun stuff. The dereferencing is can to begin first is greater than 0. Then we're going to say, hey, physical device is equal to candidates dot r begin. I don't actually know what R begin in this context means, so that's very fun. Second, no member name R. Oh, because it did R dot begin. That's the issue. Use an unclaimed identifier. What's going on with you? Physical device, not DIVC. Now what's the other one? Can I find candidate? Do you mean candidates? I do mean candidates. Candidates. There we are. Okay. So then from there, what we were trying to find is the physical device begin second, and then we're gonna insert a quick else. The else is going to be a. I need to change the song. Because holy crap. There we go. Ooh, is this one song good? Hey, I'll add it to my list. Dang, 2 Camo and Crooked songs in like a short brief period. That's cool as fuck. That was kind of it. We'll skip past that one. Fuck it, I'll add it. This is not the worst thing I've heard. I will add the stuff I like. And then after that, I think I'm gonna start off with a Pig and Dance song on my personal playlist. Let's go. Let's groove. Let's move. Let's dance. Okay, so now we're here. So when the else is going to be throw standard let's see, runtime underscore error. Let's see, quote, failed to find a suitable GPU. I forgot to double quote it. Oopsies, oopsies, oopsies. Calm down, calm down, calm down. And I also fucked up the entire thing here. Are you end time error? Yeah, okay, I messed this up entirely. I don't know what the hell I was on right here, but that's cool. Standard runtime error. Oh, I did the abbreviation of error. Oopsies! There we are. And then after the else, we're then going to then add one more, which is going to be rate device suitability, which is going to be right here. Hee hee hoo hoo ha ha. Which will just like return 0. I don't know. We're just going to do that just so it's happy, right? I don't know what these dots here are for, but we'll move on from that, I guess. Listen, we don't question it. We roll with it. Have fun. Anyway, so from here, we're going to do int score is going to be equal to 0. Aggregate score, discrete GPUs have a significant performance advantage. So we're going to do if some condition, that condition is going to be device properties dot device type is equal to vk underscore physical underscore device underscore type underscore discrete underscore GPUs, my guess. Whoops, I don't know what I clicked. We're back here. Okay, yeah, called it. I called it with a discrete GPU. I'm learning the Vulkan language. I am seeing through the matrix. Okay, so let's see. Device properties. If device properties. I don't know why that's happening. I guess we'll roll with it and then figure it out after. Device properties. Properties. Yeah, I don't know why that's erroring. I guess I'll figure that out in a bit. A score plus equals 1,000. And then from there, let's see, maximum possible size of textures, effects, graphics, quality. I actually really dig this because this is showing me a more practical use for like querying the information. So I'm going to do score plus equals device properties dot limits dot max image dimension 2D. Cool. Device properties not found. I don't like you. Your face is funny. That's fine though. So we can do that. And then yes, that makes sense. And then after that we're gonna do if bang device features dot geometry shader. So if no device features geometry shader, then we want to return 0. That seems like something I can skip. So we just go right there, bam. That's an easy exit. I guess I'll just copy the freaking format because I don't want to rock the boat this early. And then else we're gonna return the score. Score. No, that's a very low hanging optimization because I can just do this to ignore everything else. Let's see. We're just gonna check if supports geometry shader. If not, is not a good GPU to use. Whoops, to use. There we are. Huzzah! Okay. So, device features is not detected. I don't know what it wants for device features. So where is like device features? Device features. I know it's probably defined after here. Okay, so I'm guessing it wants me to copy like all of this. So I could do something like this, I guess. I'll just copy this because it's very inefficient. But I mean, like, I'd rather have the duplication of like just, you know, code instead of, you know, needing to get lost in the sauce. You're like, what the fuck's happening? Where are you? What's going on? What's my name? Okay, so there's that. Okay, so we got a simple score for evaluating GPUs. Let's see. You don't need to implement all that for this tutorial. Too bad, just didn't, nerd. But it's to give you an idea of how you could design your device's selection process. Of course, you can also just display the names and the choices to allow the user to select. Probably the best one by default, but it still isn't a bad idea to, you know, kind of rate them by like idealness, right? I would say, like, you know, kind of like first choice bias, right? Where it's like you should always put like the best device at the start, right? because we're starting out, Vulkan Sport is the only thing that we need. Therefore, we'll sell the first any GPU. So just is that return true? You are a lame. Let me choose. So then this would be something like, so not is device suitable, where's the one? Rate suitable devices. Okay, yeah. So then we did rate device suitability. And then we called, nothing really from there, actually. Device properties. Okay, that's airing. Okay, I guess we also need device properties as well. Rip. So we're just gonna go like that. And we're gonna go up here. We're gonna go like this. Whoopsies. 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 I made an oopsie doopsie mistake because I'm fucking stupid. Yeah, let's do that. We'll just get rid of that. And then, okay, so then what we're looking for is rate device suitability. In score, because we go to that. We're inserting the device. Then we're doing, if the best candidate is suitable at all, make sure that's suitable. And then, I guess, like, else would be, like, return device or something? I don't know. Well, I guess it's sorting the list, so, let's see. So I'm just gonna put here like this might expect the GPU index to be returned here because it's a nerd. It's a freaking nerd. It's a freaking goof and a gaff. I'll put a warn here actually. Warn. But yeah, that's a cool thing. That's a fucking vibe. Let's see. In the next section, we'll discuss the real required feature to check for queue families. Let's see. It has been briefly touched upon before that almost every operation in Vulkan, anything from drawing to uploading textures, requires commands to be submitted to a queue. Therefore, there are different types of queues that originate from different queue families, and each family of queues allows only a subset of commands. For example, there can only be a queue family that there can be a queue family that only allows the processing of compute commands, or one that only allows memory transfer related commands. Okay. We need to check which queue families are supported by the device and which ones of these supports the commands that we want to use. For that purpose, we'll add a new function, find queue families, that looks for all the queue families we need. Right now, we are only going to look for a queue that supports graphics commands, so the function will look like this. Let's add it, nerds! Let's be real, if you're watching me do this right now, you're a nerd. You're a nerd, but it's cool. Nerds are cool. I dig nerds. So we're gonna do uint 32_t. I did a space there by accident too. Find queue families, and then we're doing vk physical device. And then we're doing a device. VK physical device, that's capital V. RIP. There we are. And then from here, we're going to do a logic to find graphics queue family. So I'll just do like, I guess a return 0 for now, so it doesn't yell at me. Return 0. Cool, awesome, great, a vibe. A freaking goof and a gaff, if one will, you know. Let me just very quickly, actually, because I've done it a few times now, is I don't really use the desktop modes. So, like, where's corners? Oh, screen edges, there we are. Yeah, I'm gonna do no action. Oh, I don't, what? Peek at desktop, no, I just don't care. Yeah, that's, apply you, yeah, there we are. There we go. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Just because I am cool with it. Okay, so rolling from there, let's see. So we got now, we got the queue families that we need to start implementing. Let's see. However, in one of the next chapters, we are already going to look for yet another queue, so it's better to prepare for that and bundle the indices into the struct. Struct Q family indices uint32 underscore t graphics family that. Q family indices find Q families VK physical device okay. So now we're gonna add a uint 32 underscore t. No, we're not doing that. We did that already. We didn't do that already, but we're doing something else actually. So, well, I guess nothing happened. So let's see. Struct Q family indices. And then what we're looking for is frickin' uint 32 underscore t. And then what we're looking for here is graphics family. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's insane. And then after we have that, we're then going to look for frickin' Q family indices. Oh, that's a capital N indices. And then we're looking for find Q families. And then we're passing the arguments VK physical device. And then we're calling a function on this, and then the function is going to be Q. Whoop, that's supposed to be capital. Q family indices. Unknown type. Q family indi. Oh, because I accidentally typed an E there. Oopsies. Let's fix that. I'm cool with that thing. Let's see. Logic to find Q. Family indices to populate struct with something. I just populate struct with. Got it. Let's see. And then we're going to return indices. Cool. Very awesome and epic and awesome. Okay, so from here, but what if the Q family is not available? We could throw an exception in find Q families, but this function is not really the right place to make decisions about device suitability. For example, we prefer devices with a dedicated transfer Q family, but not require it. Therefore, we need some way of indicating whether a particular Q family was found. It's not really possible to use a magic value to indicate the non-existence of a Q family, since any value of u int 32 underscore t could in theory be a valid Q family index including 0. Luckily, C++17 introduced a data structure to distinguish between the case of an existing, to distinguish the case of a value existing or not. Okay, so we're going to include optional. So I'm just going to make a mark here. I'll just put like, that. And then we'll just go up, and then we're going to go, oh shit, I don't think I set the mark properly. Shit, whatever, I can get back to there pretty easy. So then we're going to just include option. So pound include optional. And then, yeah, I didn't set the mark properly. Yeah. Fuck, how do you set a mark in Vim again? I completely forget. How to set mark in Vim. I can't believe I have to look this up. Okay, no, I did that. Okay, so then how to recall mark. How to recall mark in Vim. What am I missing? No, I'm not looking to like find. How to go back to mark in Vim? Go back to mark in Vim. What do I forget what this is? Use the apostrophe or backtick followed by a letter. So if I go backtick M, mark not set. I guess. Oh, because I did it with that. Unknown mark. What? What? Whatever. Okay, so whatever. I type Q a lot, so I can just look for Q, and then we're here. But like, that's the less cool way to do it. That's the lamer way to do it. That's the less fun way to do it. So let's see. So then from here, Q family indices. So what function are we doing this in? I'm guessing find Q indices. No. No. Standard optional is a wrapper that contains no value until you assign something to it. At any point, you can query if it contains a value or not by using its has_value thing member function. That means that we can change the logic to that. Cool. Fresh and clean, heck yeah. Mega epic. Hope you enjoy the clean. Yeah, that's a vibe. Yeah, nothing thrilling to say. Just chipping through the thing. Just chipping through the thing. I think we're almost done it. I think it's like the end is like right there. Yeah, we're close. We're close. We're inching there. We're inching there. We're going slowly but thoroughly. So I don't understand where this is supposed to be. So is this the assign index thing? I think so. Immediately, the herd rolls around and fish. I vibe with that. I vibe with that. We here we stand for the for the fish rolling. We are professional fish rollers here. I'm trying to understand right now where the heck this is supposed to go, because I don't understand where this is supposed to go. What do you do? Where do you go? Where do you belong? Where do I sniff you? Where do I sniff you? Do I sniff you in the Q family indices? Do I sniff you in the family indices? The structure? Where do I sniff you? In 64 time this week, perhaps? Oh, sorry. Sorry. I realized I must do messages. My summer cart 64 has been picked up by the local carrot. What is the summer cart 64? Do elaborate. Do go further. I am curious. You have spiked my curiosity. We may perhaps reach bargain? Okay, but like, where the hell does this actually go? Q family indices, okay, like, where does this go, huh? Where does this go, huh? Where does that go, huh? Summer Cart 64 is a flash cart for N64 that is half the price of the EverDrive 64 and is 50% more functionality. I don't know what the EverDrive 64 is either, but it's sorry, it has a USB port for debugging and programming. That sounds neat. Actually, there's a game that I want to play for a bit. I forget what it's called. I think it was called like Ever something. But I want to check it out because I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Knock knock, think it's cool. Knock knock, wink wink, nudge nudge. I want to check it now because I can't remember what it's called, but I remember I want to play it at some point. What was it called again? Load Steam, you son of a gun. Ooh, it's unpacking the Steam runtime environment. Oh! 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 There we are. Let's go to library. No advertising for you. What's the thing called? It's like, isn't it Ever something? It's not Evergarden, I don't think. No, what is it called? Sorry. This is the game that's like one of those things where like I remember seeing it, thinking it looked super cool, and I couldn't remember much about it from there. What the heck is it called? Maybe it's Fox because it had a fox in it. Fox? No. God, it's bothering me that I don't know this now. It's bothering me that I don't know this. Why don't I know it? Why don't I know it? I want to play for someone. I could have sworn it started with an E. Like, I can think of the thumbnail for it, like, perfectly, right? It's just one of those things where, like, I'm just very, very, like, confused what it's called again. And it's bothering me before that. I remember it was literally a thing that I think was meant for the Sega Saturn, I think. Like, it's supposed to be, like, a backwards compatible, like, ROM hack thing that's, like, forward emulated or something. Like, that's the way that it was, like, developed. So it seemed really cool. I just can't remember what it's called because my brain is small, my neurons are squishy, and my life is pathetic. I don't know where that came from. Just had to call myself out like that. Let's see. Where the heck is it? We got some Pressure Tower, which I still haven't played yet. Where the heck is it? Where the heck is it? Sex, Love, and the Furry Titty. Gotta dig it. Gotta love it. Where the hell is that game? Maybe something named like Tail? I'm worried it might be like possibly restricted. I could have sworn it was called like Evertail or something. Tail? No. What were you called? What were you called? No, don't do me like this. Furry Love Ayo? Yeah, no, you see, there's like some games in here that are like legitimate, and then there's other games in here that are like kind of shit. There it is. Tanglewood. Okay, I don't know why I was saying like Evertail, but yeah, you can see this is a 41.25 megabyte game. I'm pretty sure this game was meant to be ran on like a N64, or not an N64, but like a Sega Saturn or something like that, like one of the older consoles. Everwood, yeah. It's an Everwood plushie. Look at that nerd. But yeah, I just remember seeing this. Something that's this was a pretty damn cool project, and it sounds in like, you know, parallel to like what you're talking about. So hey, there's a fun thing. Okay, so very quickly, so I'm on the find Q families, right? I'm on the section right here. So we're looking for all of this. So I'm looking for graphics family. Okay, so if I go here, go to C++ code. You just want to say play 1000 Year the 1000 Year Door, TTYD. That's what TTYD is, right? Like the 1000 Year Door, right? I'm not crazy without emulation issues. I'm not crazy. It's 1000 Year Door, right? Like I'm not tripping. Let's see. So we're looking for graphics. It was in the queue structure. Wait, hold on. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm tripping. Wait, where was the thing? Standard optional UN32 graphics family. Okay. So we are looking for graphics family, but we're not looking for that graphics family. We're looking for a different graphics family. Yes, TTYD 64 is ROM hack of Paper Mario 64 that adds in quality of life features to the sequel. Oh, sorry, from sequel, The 1000 Year Door. Fair enough. Neat. I honestly don't. I thought okay. So like, what's throwing me off is like, wasn't The 1000 Year Door like a GameCube game? So like they like pseudo downgraded it, right, to run on the no, the N64 came out before it. I actually don't know much about The 1000 Year Door. I know it's a game that exists. I've been wanting to play it. I just don't remember what console it released on. Yeah, GameCube. That's what I thought. Alright. I mean, I guess it's just like a. So my guess is because on the 64, it's like been like optimized and like had some stuff crunched and stuff, so it can run on the N64 is my guess. Or maybe is it like just another version that's like ran on it. I have no idea actually. I have no idea. We got confusion in here. Let's see. So we're now doing Q graphic indices. Okay, so we have the Q graphic family indices. Okay. I don't see that code implemented anywhere, which is what's throwing me off. So we got. I'll look for the standard optional, I guess. Maybe that's gonna be better. So we're gonna do standard double dash optional optional. Okay, so. Okay, so they're kind of telling me to replace it, I guess. So we're gonna do standard double dash or double colon optional of type uint32 of the uint32 type graphics family. There is an optional, in fact. I imported it right here, you silly bean. Standard optional UN32-T graphics family. I don't know why you're unhappy, but we will roll with it, and maybe something will be clarified later. And then we're going to do bool is complete, because there's going to be a thing that I have to clear later, so let's just do that here. I will say, to me, this feels like a bit of spaghetti, so I'm freaking lost in the sauce right now, but hey, we'll go from there. So we're going to return graphics family dot has underscore value. Alright, cool. So that's option. Option. Okay, yeah, I don't know why that's unhappy. We'll figure it out later, I guess. We'll figure it out when it doesn't compile. Huzzah! Oh, anyways, back to chat. Let's see. No, it's all just Paper Mario 64, but with mechanics from 1000 Year Door. Okay. So it's basically like, to like pull the most modern version. Is it basically like Okay. So the way that I'm imagining it now, if I'm correct, is that it's just it's basically Paper Mario, but it's been, as you mentioned, upgraded. Did they also like remake the story so it is in like the original Paper Mario, or is it just the quality of life features to make it like 1000 Year Door? Out of clarification, curiosity. That's my question. That's my concern right there. Yeah, the tutorial code is just designed to set things up. It's not how it's normally abstracted in Vulkan projects. Yeah, because like I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, this feels like this should all be like one line, or not like one line, but it feels like it should be like linear, everything's set, and then you move on and forget about it, right? I'm not saying like that's necessarily how it always is, but this very much feels a bit chunky. It's all the same 64 story, same 64 partners, same 64 graphics, everything just added in the game cast. Okay, yeah, so fair enough. That is reasonable. Yeah, it sounds that sounds interesting. That sounds like it'd be worth playing. Anyways, yeah, okay, so I don't know where any of this is going, which is what my current issue is, because they're just like, oh yeah, you know, this thing, and it's like, okay, like where? Standard optional. I include that. Alright, what if we do the frickin' Lua command that we've run a few times already? In namespace standard. Okay, that's very odd. I don't know what the hell's doing that. Like adding physical, that special split in fairy type to Pokemon Fire Red. That is valid. That is valid, yeah. Yeah, I've heard some of the older Pokemon games are a little bit rough to play because they don't have like the type matching and stuff like that, so I don't know. That's like what I've heard. I definitely know, like, if there ain't no Eevee, I'm not interested. Let's see. Include optional. I've included optional. It was happy. I don't understand what I'm missing. So we got struck, Q family, indices. Because all this right now feels like an enigma right here. Like, this just does not feel well explained. This just feels confusing to me, and I don't understand what the point is and what I'm missing, and I'm just kind of upset. Let's see. Standard optional is a wrapper that contains no value until you assign something to it. At any point, you can query if it contains a value or not by calling its has value member function. With that, we can change the logic to. So there's that, and then there's this, but that doesn't feel like it helps me at all. I'm just gonna frickin' slam this in here, because now I'm just confused. Now I'm just frickin'... Okay, I see that just disappeared. That's cool. I mean, I guess I technically already typed it in, so whatever. So there's that, and then we have... I have this, which is added in... Whoops, we have this, which is added in early, because I referred to the source code. Then we have all... Whoa, wrong thing. Then we have all of this, which I'm pretty sure is all fine and accurate. Oh, I see, because I went one too far back, and I'm missing all that again. Also, I can play custom Mario Kart maps. That sounds fucking dope, because I'll be real, I think some of the original ones kind of suck. Play 64 disk drive games, hell yeah. Zelda and Mario 64 ROM hacks, those sound hella dope. You know for a fact, K's, Emunar? I don't know who that is or what that is. Uses the Kart 64 debugging, his Super Mario 64 ROM hack on real hardware. I guess that is a person. I don't actually know them, but I mean, hey, it sounds neat. I'm gonna take a 2-second poke to look at them. Who the heck is his Emmanuel? Oh, this. Yeah, we talked about them the other day. Yes. The weird fucking realistic-ish Yosher. Yeah, this is Bean. Let's see. That part of the code is used to search to find one or two queries that supports the graphics, operations, and presentation, because it's possible that you may need to queue for each, but only need one. Yeah, so I understand that, Ari. What's confusing to me right now is just where does this go, right? Because you can see it's like include optional, da-da-da, and then this, right? So that's what's throwing me off. So like I mean like it's a structure, so that's not telling me it's supposed to be out of a function, right? But it's just one of those things where it's like how you see like Q family indices, and then just this, and then you know the ellipses here just throws me off, right? So like this is throwing me off, right? Like I feel like right here I should expect to see, you know, if I do like inspect element, what I would personally expect to see is something along the lines more of like, oh, they have it like separated. But what I was going to say is I would have personally expected something more along the lines of like, you know, like more logic here. You can add blank, something like this here, right? Where it's like this communicates to me that like this is an option, right? Where like seeing this makes me feel like I've missed something, right? You know, it's like it's like when you see like a quote and they cut out part of the quotes, they put like, you know, like square bracket, ellipses, square bracket, right? And it's just like, okay, there's something cut out here, but like we can assume that's not really relevant to the quote, right? Where like, you know, it communicates something different to me, right? And like I understand this could be me being like petty or weird or peculiar or whatever the term you want to use is, right? But that's just the way that I'm sitting with it. So I'm just like, huh? I'm still confused why optional isn't working, because it should be up here. I didn't realize how long this is, goddamn. Yeah, optional is working right there, so I mean, like, I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Okay, so where are we going from here? So, I don't know. I guess keep powering forward, keep panicking, praying, doing some stuff like that, and then go from there. Oh, let's see. The include would be at the top of the Q family. Yeah, so I'm aware of the include what do you call it, like requirement being at the top. The Q family structure would be closer to the top, and the search code would be above the device selection code. Yeah, that makes sense enough. You going to eat now because you got work tomorrow? That is completely valid. I mean, hey, thanks for swinging by. I hope it was fun hanging and chatting for the most part, Pori. I will add, I listened. I don't think you you saw this in the stream earlier, because I think you stepped away, but hey, listen to the first album. It was neato. So hey, there's that, chipping through the second chunk now. So there you go. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Have fun with your seat. Let's see. What G++ standard version are you using? Whatever's included with my thing. I don't even know how to check that, honestly. Let's see. How to check GPP version, or sorry, GPP standard version. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot of awkward commands that I would have never figured out. Okay. New tab, paste, let's just make sure. I don't know what any of those are, but those don't look like a red flag. Grep. Sure, that looks alright. 2017-03L. And this tutorial looks like it's referencing the 2017 version, so that seems... the 2017 version. So, I think it's up to date? Unless this is one of those things where they're using, like, weird different standards for whatever reason, because that's epic and cool and awesome. Let's see, so... Because you need at least C++ 17. Yeah, I see 2017-03L. Isn't that at least 17 plus or plus 17? Isn't it the same thing? Or is this like, you know, how like, you know, the like iPhone number is not invocative of the year, you know? Like is it one of those things? Alright, we're waiting for a response before I get too cocky. Huh. I don't know. I guess I'll keep rolling with it. I'll wait until Ari says something and then I'll keep rolling with it. Let's see. So here we're at the frickin' let's see. So we're at the Return indices, which is like here. A lot of defined Q family indicates you're probably stuck with. Return indices. Let's see. Ewing 32. So let's see. Yeah, the process of retrieving the list from the Q families is exactly what you need to expect and uses. VK get physical device query families properties. Woo! UN 32 family count. Okay, so I think I've already done this before, so let's just double check this. Let's do what is it? We're doing family. Not optional. What? Family count. I think it was. What was it? Oh, because I did a lowercase. I needed a capital F. Family count. Oh, I didn't do this yet. Cool. But it should be fine. What exactly error are you getting? I'm just being told when I vibe here, whoops, that it's just saying like no template named optional in namespace standard. So it's just like, okay, that's cool, I guess. I don't know what the hell's happening here. I don't know what the hell's happening. This is a whole ass thing. So what the hell's going on? Weirdness is what's going on. Ha 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 ha. Although that might be because the editor you're using isn't set to C++17 itself. It's using oh no, it's using Clang. I think is I think what it is. I think it's because I have both Clang and C++ installed. So I think if I do pacman -r Clang ++, I think. Let's see, we'll do control A, sudo pacman clang dash whatever, target not found. Which clang ++. Is it dash r? I thought it was dash r. Sudo pacman, maybe it's just lowercase r? Let's see, I forgot how to remove a thing using pacman. Pacman remove package. Oh, it was dash r, the capital R. Clang dash C++. I could have sworn there was a Clang C++ here somewhere. Or am I tripping nuts? Probably, likely. But it says referencing Clang++. So, well, I'm not seeing any Clang++ here, so that's awesome because I saw Clang like right here. So I guess I don't have Clang++ installed, and it's referencing like some internal hardware shit. I don't know. Your editor ID may or will have a setting what you can select for a C++ version, IntelliSense or whatever. You check your code. Yeah, I mean, it's Vim has like a built-in like LSP thing. It's generally been pretty good from my experience, and it basically uses whatever your like system default is, right? So like that's a hell yeah, but also a hell nah. I'll just keep going, and if I get a compiler error later, then that's a problem for future me. that's a problem for me to figure out later. So let's fucking see, shall we? Let's see. So we don't have the Q family count. So where does the Q family count go? Is my next question. So Q family count. I'm not sure where this is supposed to live. Where do you belong, my child? My child, show me where you be. I need to understand. I need knowledge. I need cut knowledge. Let's see. So we're doing Q. We're doing family count. So we're doing this in Q family indices. So we are doing it like right here. No, we're doing it in. We're not doing it in the structure. We're doing it in like the redefinition. I see. So it's basically where the logic is. I see.
I understand now. That was not explicitly made clear.
You should check its settings. I should. That would be the good thing to do. But I'm also a lazy piece of shit. Nah. Again, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to put that off because generally speaking, it's okay. And if not, then I probably just need to upgrade. So you know, actually, screw it. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this. We'll do a new tab. We'll go frickin'. Instead of that, we'll do that, and then we'll go -sy. We'll frickin' crank that shit out. Let's go. Oh, wrong password. That's fine. And then we gotta verify something else real frickin' quickly. Did I enter the wrong password again? No Clang++ found. That's awesome. Okay, well, is it Clang -C++? Yeah, this is the error that I had before. Yeah, Clang does not want to slide in, so that's awesome and cool and epic. So, yeah, I'll just put a little footnote there and get back to that later. Yeah. I'm gonna put a footnote in that. Okay, so in the Q family indices implementation, we now gotta go here, and we gotta go int. We gotta uint underscore 32. Uint 32 underscore t is gonna be a Q family count that is equal to 0. After I do that, I'm going to do vk get physical devices Q family properties, and then we're doing a bunch of little gerblygooks here. The gerblygooks we're going to do what happened there? Do I have caps lock on? I think I have caps lock on. Yeah, I had caps lock on. Okay. We got a device thing, and then we're doing a reference to the address of Q family count, and then I believe the last one's gonna be devices or null pointer. Devices. I don't know if it's gonna be devices or null pointer. I just know it's gonna be one of those. Goddamn, it's null pointer. I mean, hey! I was close. I don't know the pattern yet, but I feel good for being like, you know, on like the sniff test, you know. I feel like that's a good sign. So let's see. So then from there we got the null pointer. Then after that we're doing standard. We're implementing a vector of vk q family properties. Q families. I keep doing the like typo with the D. Q families. Q family count. I'm guessing is what I want there. Q family count. Yeah. And then one more time we're doing vk get oh my gosh physical device Q family properties, and then we're doing device comma space points to a reference to the address of Q family count. Oh, that's supposed to be capital C count, and we're doing a null pointer, null PTR. I need a semicolon there because semicolons are cool. Oh goddamn, it wasn't that. It was Q families dot data. Let's see. Q family families dot data as a function. Let's see. The first time you call them enumeration functions. Oh my god. Oh fuck. The first time you call them, enumeration functions must be set to null, as that indicates you just need the size. The second time is with the array. You want to be filled with the size you retrieved the first time. Okay, so if I'm understanding that correctly, basically what you're saying is likely due to C++ shenanigans, I'll put it, is so I want to basically get the array length first. Because if I don't do that, then what's basically going to happen is just, you know, like weird, like, you know, memory overwriting and stuff that shouldn't be happening. So To do that, I pass a null pointer first, it then figures it out, and then after it figures it out, then I use the return value from that to do the thing, I think. That's what it sounds like to me. That sounds like a very odd, obtuse way to do it, but I mean, fair enough, I guess. And let's see, the VK Q family property struct contains some details about the Q family, including the type of the operations that are supported and the number of Qs that can be created based on that family. We need to find at least one Q family that supports the VK underscore Q underscore graphics underscore bit. Okay, so then after that, I'm guessing it's going to go right here. And I'll see, Ari just replied, so let's see what the man, the myth, the legend said. Because that Vulkan is a C API, yes. Okay. Correct. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, cause I think I said this already, Ari. I don't like moving on with like false assumptions, right? If I have false assumptions, I can move on, but it just generally ends up poorly, right? So I'd rather make sure I have a proper understanding of like the environment before I try to inch my way forward, you know? Let's see. So then from there, I'm going to do int I is equal to no. We don't do that shit here. Okay, that threw me off for a second. I got flashbang there. I was so confused what happened there. No, but anyways, we do the good old boomer loop here, okay? We do int 0. And then well, I guess it's automatically assigned. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll do it the other way because that makes more sense. I didn't read it first, so I was trying to be all me, and then I fucked up. I'm fucking stupid. Okay, listen, I'm dumb. You know, Ari, quick side thing, just because like I'm morbidly curious. You need to look at the screen. So sorry for this, but like. So because to my knowledge, the ampersand gets the address of this value. Why does it often get bundled here? Or is this something different that I'm not understanding? Because the way that I see it is that this is directly related to this. So I don't understand why the space is here instead of here. So like apologies for like that very quick skim over, but like that's just what's been like confusing me about like when I see like, you know, people reference it because in my head I should go like this and then Q family here. Like, this right here looks better to me than what the other one is. So, I don't know. Q families. And then we're doing if. Let's see. We're going to go like this. Q family dot Q flags. And the address value of VK underscore Q underscore graphics bit. Whoop, that needs to be a bit. Okay, VK graphics bit indices dot graphics family is equal to I, and then after that we're going to do plus plus I. I like plus plus I more
because it saves one assembly's construction, which is a big deal.
I remember finding out that actually plus plus I does increase like assembly instructions by like 1 instruction out of like 3. So it's like, hey, 50% reduction, baby, or whatever. We save 33% on code lines. Let's go. Use of a declared thing. I mean, isn't it being directly declared? Oh wait, no, because the single ampersand is the single ampersand in this case being an operation. I don't think so. What's the Lua thing going to yell at me? Do you mean VKQ graphics bit? I see. Fun fact. Oh, sorry. The correct was referencing the old thing. Fun fact for primitives, the whole plus plus speed up isn't really a thing. Yeah, I mean, I imagine when you're benchmarking that difference that you're witnessing is nutty. And the n% is the bit and operate. Oh yeah, because it's an if statement. Yes. I forgot about that. I was being stupid. Well, no, wait, sorry. No, in this context it is, but in like the other contexts are right here with Q family, it isn't. So the one that I was referring to was like right here was like const auto Q family, because like what would it be ending with, right? Like, or is it just checking if it's valid, and then like if it isn't zeroed out, and if it's not zeroed out, then do a thing? Is that what's happening here? I have no idea. Sink or swim, baby. Okay, so then here we're doing now this fancy Q family update lookup function. We can now use it as a check the is device suitable function to ensure that the device can process the commands you want to use. So then now we gotta do the whole bool is device suitable. So we'll do bool is device suitable suitable VK physical device let's see, Q family indices is equal to find Q families Q families Q families device. Did I spell it wrong? No viable what? Family indices? What do you say about me for? The ampersand notes that you want to reference the type. Okay, that's... Alright, fair enough. Never saw that before. Let's see, no viable converted from UN32 to, UN232, aka inside into Q family indices. Yes, because I need to go to here. I need to go to the definition. Wait, is that what I'm looking for? Find Q families VK physical device. Yeah, find Q families VK device. Okay, yeah. So it's returning 0. So I'd never set up a Q families logic. Q families. Is it the... No, it's the UN32 find Q families. Logic to Q family. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Whoops. So I did nothing wrong and I'm being yelled at for it. That's awesome. Okay. So from here we're doing is device suitable, we're doing that, and then we're doing return see indices dot graphics family dot has underscore value the value of that. Let's see. Class member cannot be redeclared. Do I have it redeclared? Hold on, dude. Do I have this redeclared? Hold on. Is device suitable? Go to definition. Okay, so it just isn't here. So what are you complaining about? No viable conversion from UN32T, aka inside into Q families. Indices dot... Oh, wait. Indices equals find Q families device. Oh, wait, that's just unhappy for some reason. Indices dot graphics family dot has value that. Yeah. Let's see, I'm just gonna do let's see, to do why this bug. Okay, so we got that enough, I guess. Let's see, and we're gonna go back to the Q families. It's capital Q. Q family indices is gonna be actually we're gonna have some logic now. So we're gonna do standard. This is probably where it's going to get rid of that. So we're going to return let's see, graphics family dot has underscore value like this. And we're doing optional uint 32 underscore t. Graphics family And then we're going to call the bool is complete. I thought that was... I see I've messed up. So why... What do I... Huh? I don't know why this is returning nothing. This is confusing me. I'm gonna reference the other thing because I don't see where that was supposed to be implemented. Let's see. So we're gonna do find Q families.
Find Q families.
No, Q families. Find Q families. But where's the UN32 of it? Oh wait, what? It can bind this into? UN32 find Q families. No, so that's not the right spot for it. There's only 2 matches. So where was this defined? Because I'm only seeing 1 Q families, and that's the frickin'... Oh, I did a typo right here because I spelled families different. Let's do this, I guess, because that makes more sense. I was looking at the optional error. VK, did you mean VK get physics? Physical device Q family. I see. So I gotta go FA, toggle the capitalization of that. Properties. How do I do the update thing? Show diagnostics. Did you mean this one right here? Yankee. Yes, I did. Let's see. Select the word and then paste it in there. I had a typo somewhere in there. Hell yeah. Okay, so from there. So what the hell am I doing now? Also, hey, to like the 4 of you watching this, y'all mad lads, okay? Y'all fucking cranked. Let's see, so... Okay, I actually made that stuff suck away. Let's see. Q families, yeah, we got that. And then there's a standard optional here that's freaking out. Q standards, graphics family, is bool complete, yeah. So, whoops. So, just to make this a little bit more convenient, we're also going to add a generic check to the struct itself. Graphics family that has value, okay. And then, is device suitable? So I just want to double check that now, because I am trying to go through this to make sure I'm not like I'm actually committing this. So we're doing okay. That the bug has been cleared. I can actually clear that, so that's awesome. And then you're happy, okay? Awesome. Yes, okay. So let's see. So then, let's see. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's see. We can now also use this for an early exit from find Q families. Okay, so thank you for at least telling me where that goes. Find Q families. Oh, families. Go to the definition of that, please. Find Q families. Find Q families. So then now in the for loop, we're just going to add a quick early loop, I guess, which is like if we want to break on the statement, and the statement is going to be indices.is complete. Okay, that seems to be done. Okay, we made it through one fucking part of that. Holy shit, that only took, what was that, an hour and a half? 3 hours? I refuse to believe that was 3 hours. That did not feel like 3 hours at all. Oh no. How deep are we? Oh, we got... Oh, this is going to be a mini multi-parter. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, is this one short? This one might be short. Oh, this one's not short. Oh no, this one's short. Okay, there's just like a lot of comments and ads and stuff. Okay. Oh, my little heart. I was
So worried there for a second. Welcome to the club. Yeah, no, that's reasonable. How do I? Let's see. Okay, so welcome to the club. Thank you. I know I read that twice. I just was like flashbang by it. I mean, like, I'm not upset. There's like worse things I could be doing. Or sorry, there's many worse things I could be doing with my time, right? So I'm not like upset it took that long. It just legitimately was like, okay, yeah, this is like an hour and a half, 2 hours. You know, like it's not that big of a deal. Damn, I have to go like bed soon almost. Damn. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna pause here. I know this is a little bit small of a stream, but the thing is that like I do have work tomorrow. And I don't want to get too deep into this, because if I get too deep into this, I will freaking suffer. And by suffering, I mean I'm going to have a very bad time tomorrow when I need to be awake and do work things and stuff, you know? So yeah, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Feel free to like and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike the video, because fucking why not? I have no power over you. I have no agency over your life. And yeah, I think I'm going to dip for now, just because of that. Holy shit, that took a while. Why did that take so long? Like I know I probably burned like half an hour with like chatting, but like man, that was like insane. So yeah, I guess I'm jumping on this more tomorrow. So neat. Thanks for watching, and or not tomorrow. I will see if I have time tomorrow, but probably not. Sometime next week, and I'll get back on this horse. So if I don't do it midweek. So bye everybody. Have a good time.